Lagos State Governor tasked outstanding civil servant on relentless reflection of excellence. Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority meets airlines operators on flight delays, cancellations, on the foreign and Chinese court, and driver death sentence for deadly car attack. In sports, Super Eagles B players intensify training ahead second leg of 2024 China qualifiers Ghana. Now, I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has urged the 210 senior and junior 2024 outstanding officers in the state civil service not to relent in their effort in reflecting excellence in all they do. Governor Sanwo-Olu said this in his speech at the special luncheon with the year 2024 Outstanding Public Servant in Lagos State held at Adeyemi Biro Auditorium, Alausa, Ikeja. The governor, who applauded their contributions to the development and growth in making the Lagos State Public Service the best among the rest and an envy all through their positive impact, urged his administration's commitment to make it more functional.
So you cannot sit back and give reasons and give the excuses and that we're comfortable with those. No, we can't. So if we pride ourselves as the best civil service in the country, it shouldn't be one time. It shouldn't be two times. It should be all the time. And for you to sustain that level is for you to tell your neighbor that I'll be the best at all times. So it's not for you to be an award winner this year and not want to relax. No, the most difficult part is for you to get up there and to be able to retain.
Speaking at the event held, Head of Service Bode Aguru thanked Governor Sanwo-Olu for his unwavering commitment to its prioritizing staff welfare and for approving a new minimum wage of 85,000 naira and 100% basic salaries payment as 13th month for workers in the state.
Compliments of the season to you all. This event also marks the grand finale of the activities commemorating the year 2024 Public Service Week. It is important that I register the collective appreciation and gratitude of the Lagos State public servants, not only for their consistent and gracious approval of Public Service Week and the celebrations annually, but also for your unyielding commitment to prioritizing staff matters.
Governor Sanwo-Olu congratulated the 361 officers who were recognized for long service awards and the 210 in the senior and categories who were given the staff awards, those who won cars and cash rewards at the event. Lagos State government has reaffirmed its commitment to ensuring the safety of lives and property across the state while calling on residents to embrace patience and orderliness in public and private spaces. Secretary to the state government, Bimbola Salohonde, stated this during a quarterly meeting with the leadership of the Police Community Relations Committee, PCRC, and heads of paramilitary agencies in Lagos State held in her office in Alausa, Ikeja. Salohonde encouraged security and paramilitary personnel to adopt innovative measures to enhance their operations, urging them to maintain Lagos' reputation as a safe and secure state. She also emphasized the importance of civility among residents to prevent avoidable incidents, especially during activities such as the distribution of palliatives. Acting Director General of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, Chris Najomo, is set to meet with the chief executive officers of domestic airlines over the rise in flight delays and cancellations. This is just as the NCAA has written to the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, to commence the sending of a daily weather report to the Department of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection to enable them ascertain when an airline lies about the weather. Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection at NCAA, Michael Achimogu, announced this via X, stating that this will be the first time in more than 10 years that such actions is being taken by the Consumer Protection Department of NCAA. Now to the rest of the stories. Acting Director General of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, Chris Najomo, is set to Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has announced that The new Judiciary Village High Court complex will be named after the late former governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu upon its completion in 48 weeks. Speaking at the flag-off ceremony of the project, Governor Ayedatiwa described the construction of the High Court complex as a historic milestone for the state. He reaffirmed his administration's commitment to advancing justice and prioritizing the welfare of judicial officers in Ondo State. According to Ayedatiwa, the vision for the Judiciary Village was conceived during the administration of his predecessor and former boss, Akeredolu. The complex will feature a ceremonial court, modular court, a registry, a library, exhibition building, a utility building, a modern parking facilities, among other state-of-the-art amenities. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has commiserated with his Jigawa State counterpart Umar Namadi on the death of his eldest son Abdul Wahab, who died in a car accident on Thursday. Sanwo-Olu also extended his condolences to the Namadi family and the entire people of Jigawa State over the demise of the governor's mother, Mariam Namadi, who died from an illness on Wednesday. Governor Sanwo-Olu, in a statement issued by his special advisor on media and publicity, Gboyega Akoshile, expresses his heartfelt sympathy over the death of Mariam and Abdul Wahab Namadi. He urges Governor Namadi, the deceased family, friends, associates, and the entire people of Jigawa State to take the death of Abdul Wahab as an act of God. In foreign news, a man who killed dozens by driving his car into people exercising outside a stadium in southern China has been sentenced to death. According to a court statement, Fan Weiki was accused of endangering public safety. At least 35 people were killed and 166 injured in the November 11 attack in Zhuhai, and is thought to be the deadliest in Chinese soil for a decade. According to the court, the 62-year-old decided to drive his car into the crowds on a running track at high speed because he was dissatisfied with how his property had been divided following his divorce. The court described his motive as extremely vile and the methods as particularly cruel. Weki was initially reported to be in a coma, having sustained self-inflicted knife wounds, admitted his guilt in front of victims' families and members of the public. In sport now, Super Eagles B players have taken turns to practice penalty kicks to conclude their exhaustive training session at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, in Akwa Ibom State. Thursday evening's training session covered all aspects of the game, including goalkeeping, defending, and most importantly, attacking and goal scoring under the supervision of coach Daniel Ogumodede and assistant coach Fidelis Ilechukwu. The first leg of the CHAN qualifier in Accra, Ghana last weekend ended goalless, and if Saturday's return leg match at the Nest of Champions also ends in a draw, the two teams will resort to penalty kicks to determine the winner, especially now that the away goals rule no longer applies. And that's it on the news at 6. But just before we go, your vehicle is not a strong room. Always keep your valuables out of view of miscreants. You can follow us and like all of various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 18,000 teachers were trained under Eco Excel? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has urged the 210 senior and junior 2024 outstanding officers in the state civil service not to relent in their effort in reflecting excellence in all they do. At Acting Director General of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, Chris Najomo, is set to meet with the chief executive officers of domestic airlines over the rise in flight delays and cancellations. We also told you that a man who killed dozens by driving his car into people exercising outside a stadium in southern China has been sentenced to death. Finally, Sport Super Eagles B players have taken turns to practice penalty kicks to conclude their exhaustive training session at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, in Akwa Ibom State. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adesuwa Joyoka. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good evening.